Hi, good morning. Okay, I hope you guys are doing well today. I hope you guys are doing great. I feel so much better. And I want to talk about the inner child a little bit. God told me to talk about the inner child. God has been healing our inner child. He really, truly started on mine last year. So like 3.5 months ago. And I think it's been like wonderful. It's such a blessing to be a part of this part of the spiritual aspects of God. And so he really is in the details, and he does go back to those unhealed parts of ourselves that may have been through childhood. Okay. So I got, what is an inner child? Your inner child is a part of your subconscious that has been picking up messages way before it was able to fully process what was going on. It is the driving force behind many of our emotions and gut reactions. It holds emotions, memories, and beliefs from the past, as well as hopes and dreams for the future. God is healing your inner child. God had me watching The Simpsons ever since like September of last year. So that was 3.5 months ago. At first, and I was saying, like, I said I want to watch a cartoon. Like, my spirit was saying I want to watch some type of cartoon, and I kept getting that in my spirit. And I said SpongeBob at first. I said I want to watch SpongeBob, but God went all the way back from whenever I was a child, and I used to watch The Simpsons. And so when I started watching that and putting that on, it really softened my heart, and it brought back some good memories and helped me to heal those little aspects of my inner child. Okay, so the inner child healing is the release of the past hold on your present life. It is the reconciliation of the little wounded child and the adult that the child has become, in a way that the adult is able to more fully function as he or she should, as a thriving, joyful, engaged in the world grown up. Okay, so this is amazing. You can also go to Matthew 18:4. You can read the whole thing of Matthew, but it speaks about anyone. It says, so anyone who becomes as humble as this little child is the greatest in the kingdom of heaven. So yes, these little details matter to God, and it matters to like your self growth and things like that, for inner growth. God calls us to have childlike faith. Okay, being childlike means resembling, suggesting, or appropriate to a child or childhood, especially marked by innocence, trust, or ingenuousness. Ingenuousness means unsuspecting or innocence. God is restoring our creativity, and being childlike brings out, renews, and strengthens our creativity. So God is also renewing our creativity. That's part of the renewal process that I was telling you guys about, the restoration that I was telling you all about, that God is doing in this year, in this season. A lot of you guys started last year too, just like me. And he's really doing that a lot in this season and in this year. So if you end up watching cartoons or something like that, God telling you to do certain things like drawing and all of that, just like he was telling me, he told me to watch more creative stuff and creativity, such as like when I see people drawing and stuff like that, I'll watch things like that, and it's really fun, and it does heal those versions of your inner child, and it renews your creativity, and it kind of gives you a spark too to want to do certain stuff that you haven't done in a long time. Me, I used to sew too, and I started back sewing. Like, not sewing is like money or nothing, or seeds, or sewing with a needle and thread. I used to do that. I used to do that too. But I have here some of the most common signs that your inner child needs healing include unresolved emotions, negative self-talk or self-criticism, feelings of abandonment or rejection, low self-esteem, difficulties setting boundaries. Difficulty setting boundaries is a big one for a lot of people. Increased feelings of guilt, shame, or regret. Frequent conflict in relationships or the need to avoid relationships entirely. Unhealthy coping mechanisms. Participating in people-pleasing activities while ignoring your needs. People-pleasing is a big one too. You know, all of them are, but you know, the ones I'm mostly getting a pull towards: post-traumatic stress disorder, PTSD, addiction, anxiety, and depression, and other mental health issues. So that, all of that with your inner child ties to a lot of stuff of how you may act today as an adult. And God is healing that stuff, y'all. It's beautiful. Also, it says that you can reward your inner child occasionally to keep a healthy balance in your life. And one of the ways to do this is to engage in creative activities, as I was saying earlier. It says your inner child loves to create and imagine. So painting, drawing, writing, singing, dancing, and any other creative activity can help you to connect with your inner child. It says that it can be a great way to relieve stress and give your younger self a chance to play. Playing games. Playing games is an excellent way to let your inner child out to play. You can play board games, video games. I've been playing like little games too. My daughter, she be wanting to play Uno a lot, so I said we need to play Uno again. Indulge in your favorite childhood treats. You can do that as well. What did you like as a child? You can also spend time in nature. Nature is a great place to connect with your childhood memories. Like going for a walk, I go for walks, hike and bike ride in a park or a forest. I really want to get a bike too. Watch your favorite childhood shows or movies. And this the one that God has had me doing, as I was telling you guys. Watching your favorite childhood shows or movies can be a great way to transport yourself back to a simpler time. It says to pop some popcorn, snuggle up in a blanket, and let yourself get lost in a classic movie or TV show. So yes, I know that some people talk about this in New Age, but like I was telling you guys before, they're not always wrong about certain stuff. Sometimes it's just, they just not connecting it with the right source, but a lot of times they do know what they're talking about, you know. And God told me that he's healing a lot of our inner child. He is softening our hearts in this season as well. And he also showed me something else last year that kind of brought back some shyness. I'm not fearful, but I do have some shyness still in me. Some, like, you know, not the bad kind, but just a little shyness up in me. And it kind of brought that back as well. But it's not bad. It's not to the point to where I don't want to do certain stuff because I'm afraid to do it. It's just like a little timid, you know, just being a little timid, or having, I don't know what you call it, probably meekness. It probably would be meekness or something like that. But God heals those versions of ourselves so that we can be our best selves, and so that he can work better within us and help us to grow, because he pays attention to all of these details as well. And I was telling you guys that spell work and stuff can make a person mean, and it could change up their whole entire outlook on life. And God comes in and heals all of that too. So there's really nothing that he can't heal. There's nothing that God cannot heal within us. If we let him do it and things like that, we allow him to come in and we're not resistant, he'll do it. You know, he will do it. But yes, December was good and rough, but it wasn't rough in like a warfare way. It was rough because of just natural spiritual stuff. But he started on a lot of you guys last year, and y'all probably got y'all's deliverances last year too in December. And it's probably seeped off into January, because that would be the perfect time to do that. Because I know that they say that January is not the real new year. I don't believe it's the real new year either. I believe that it is April, and December is just starting another cycle. It's a new cycle, whether whether it goes by the regular map, or not map, but calendar or not. But it's definitely another cycle. That's why I could feel all of it. But when April come around, it feels different. It's a different kind of feeling. And it's really not as rough as the one coming from December to January. But yes, I hope that this helped you all. I have a big thing planned up for today, and I love you guys. I'll talk to you later. Bye.